he was somebody I admired from Shock's ninth grade. Mainly because in ninth grade we were all interested in the same thing, Kamehameha. And he was so confident around, I mean, I was like, oh. But man, he always, and I admire that. And that's how we became friends. And that's how we stayed friends. But, you know, he supported me so much during my lifetime that, perhaps that's why I'm having a hard time letting him go. And despite the fact that I would tease him non-stop about what happened our junior year at song contest. Sorry, Aloha. He was the only one that could take that joke. But, you know, it's been hard. We've been all supporting each other, trying to find our way back from that Kamehameha, from losing somebody. I mean, he was so brilliant. And he would always tell me that he was inspired by the work I was doing, and I struggled to try to explain to him that it was actually the opposite that was true. Because, that guy just empowered me. So I wanted to share this song, because to me it reminds me of him. It's in English. Well, I came by your house the other day. Your mother said you went away. She said there was nothing that I could have done. There was nothing nobody could say. Me and you've known each other, ever since we were 16. Hey, Dad, stop messing with my words. I wish I would have known. I wish I could have talked to you, just to say goodbye, Brother Denis. We went walking in the rain, talking about the pain of the world we lived. There is nobody, no way, no how, could ever understand me the way you did. Maybe you'll be out there on that road somewhere, some bus or train traveling along, some motel room, there'll be a radio playing. You'll hear me sing this song. If you do, you know I'm thinking of you and all the miles in between. And I'm just calling one last time, not to say goodbye, but just to say I miss you then. Good luck. Goodbye. I love that man, and I know he's having fun on the other side, and every once in a while, he keeps telling me, it's all good, just let it go. I'm good. So, love you, Dad. Thank you for the role you played in my life, and I hope I helped inspire your world as well. Aloha.
Hello everyone, I'm Malika, and I'm so grateful for the family who asked me to talk on behalf of the class of 1981. And Denis Wong, he was actually one of, I can't say he's the only one, the social butterfly of the class of 1981, because we also have Derek Cam competing against him. Since we're talking about Derek, who's in Europe right now, that's what he claims that one time up at the dorms during Alumni Week, and for 81, it doesn't matter whose Alumni Week it is. Me and Denis were up there playing guitars and everybody's Alumni Week. Garrett had a little bit too much to drink. Very rare, I feel. I said, hey, I'm hungry. I said, okay, let's go down to Zippy's. I'll drive. And Denis was, I'll go with you. And we went down to Zippy's and they were hammered. I said, go run and get the food. Keep Garrett in the car, Denis. Do not let him out, okay? This is all the way down the hill. They'll keep him in the car. We get there. There's like 14 police cars out there. All eating. And I'm like, oh, no, this can't be good. Park the car, eat. get the food, everything like that. I'm walking out. I see CP coming to me. He's whispering, like he's talking to me. What's up? Look. He escaped. I go, what? He escaped? Oh my gosh, there he is, yelling down, all in front of me. He said, I gotta pee! Okay, back to my script. Denis was incredibly smart. Not quite Big Bang smart, but he was really, really, really smart. He was funny, he was athletic, warm-hearted, and multi-talented. But most of all, he was very good-looking. Yeah, he was a true chick magnet. So if you needed a date to the prom, you hang around with Denis a while. There'll be trouble chicks for him. As many of you know, there was an ease about him that was inviting and inclusive. To him, life was a celebration, and he wanted everyone to come to the party. And a lot of us have come to the party. As many of you know, Denis was a 13-year senior. This meant he attended Kamehameha schools from kindergarten all the way graduating from the 12th grade. That's a long time to stay in school. I know some guys are going to make 2 years over here, but that also doesn't mean that 13-year seniors, for my friends from public schools out there, is a 3rd or 4th year in high school. No, he was extremely very smart, and as Stephanie mentioned, he got 2 majors from the University of Southern California in 3 years. Now, a lot of people tell me he's smart, but they also told me they needed to get his sister into school, so he had to stop. That was it. He was getting cut off from the funds. I first met Denis during my freshman year at Kamehameha, but it wasn't until after high school that we really began to become extremely close, like brothers. We both loved to play the guitar. Unfortunately, he could play the guitar, and I was learning how to play the guitar. And his tutelage was ingrained within every song I played today. When he passed and I started playing some songs, he go, Denis taught me that. Denis taught me that. Wow, Denis taught me so many songs out there. A lot of Christmas songs too. I don't know if you hang out with Denis then, around 3 in the morning, you start playing Christmas songs. It's true. So Christmas, celebration all year round, Christmas all year round. But it was much more than that. It was the comfort to know that we had each other's back and could count on each other during the good times and through the bad times. So since I only came into 9th grade, I asked a few of my classmates to provide some fond memories of Denis while attending Kamehameha. Which if I read them all, we'd be here till Monday. So I selected a few, and I'll keep it short. Keep in mind, these are in their own words, not mine. And I will keep their identity anonymous, except for 2 of them were also 13-year seniors. And they were also twins. And they were also the only 2 who responded. Okay, so one of them said, you can pick which one said this. In kindergarten, we were able to come to school barefoot. Sounds like a liability to me. And there was a pond in the back of our classroom where we had our last class project where we made a boat, and Denis was one of the few boats that could be floated on the water. And then he David's one did it. Oh, in 2nd grade, I'm not going to go through all the grades. It's a lot of grades, but in 2nd grade, we would take naps, and if you talked during nap time, you had to go sleep outside in your sleeping bag. The 3rd graders would walk past in their way back from the blacktop and made fun of you. Denis was good at hiding in his sleeping bag. No one knew it was him. Also in 2nd grade, I had a sleepover at a friend's house and wanted to go home. I remember Denis coming over to go skateboarding. When Denis was told I was feeling homesick, he decided he was going to teach me how to skateboard in an effort to cheer me up. I could barely stand up on the board, let alone ride the skateboard at the end of the lesson. It didn't matter. The real lesson he taught me was to always have a tender heart filled with compassion. And it goes on and on, talking about 3rd grade and kickball, and Denis says, besides hunting the ball, and this, I don't know if I can say this in the church, but they'd be down the field playing soft football, smear the which is not politically correct. Dennis was great at flying the lightest girls on the maypole. What is the maypole? Nowadays, that equipment is banned and it's too dangerous, as is tetherball and other games that Dennis excelled. I once remarked that he had the biggest head of any of our classmates. This head. To which he replied indignantly, no, that was Preston Love. I don't know who Preston Love is. Size matters, at least in this case. He needed that huge noggin for all the intelligence and memory storage. He had a phenomenal memory. You know, Dennis, he knew everybody's name, where they was, what they had for their birthday cake in kindergarten, the whole thing. But today, our classmates remember Dennis and the wonderful things he did. Like I said, as I was learning how to play guitar, if I couldn't get it, Dennis would stop, write out all the words, put down all the chords, and give it to me afterwards. I think I have a book of all the things that he had for me, but that's how slow learner I was. But our classmates, we celebrated birthdays, we hung out at Iwo Lounge, sang karaoke until way after late call, ate late night dinners at Liki Liki Drive-In, and late night breakfasts at Lilia Bakery, went skinny dipping at midnight, watched the sunrise New Year's morning at Sandy Beach. There was always food, laughter, and music. Dennis was indeed the life of the party, and we all cherish the many wonderful memories we had with him. But the one most distinctive characteristics I will always remember about him is the tremendous love he had for his 3 children, Stephanie, Eris, and Dustin. Are there more? You can let me know later. Well, we could be playing a gig, and if his phone rang, he would stop everything and take the call from them and tell them how much he loved them, and they were his world. They were absolutely his world. There was nothing he would do. I mean, he inspired me, he inspired a lot of parents out there that how precious, life is, and how precious our children are, that we have them in our lives. And they were his world. He was a great, great father and a true friend. Thank you, Dee.
I'm so nervous up here, and so I called a few of our friends to help us with this segment. So we'll get to that in a second. My name is Doza, and this man, I don't know if I can say enough. Thank you for my brothers being here and giving us a really festive rendition of Dennis's life. And I think what I want to communicate to you today, beyond the music and beyond the love, beyond the things that Dennis gave us all, the detailing of each of our lives and the things that he could talk with each of us about, because he knew a lot of things. He paid attention to the details. And that's what I love the most about my brother. And the details of Dennis's life, I will forever cherish, because they're all woven in this room. They're all woven throughout our community, and even throughout the planet. Dennis's love is far-reaching. It is a type of love that we get to experience with each other, and I will feel forever that the love that I feel and the love that I have for people is largely a result of the type of relationship that I've had with this man. Class of 81. A crazy class. So I wear your color today. And really because it's the only shirt that fit. The white shirts of hula have long gone. But I wanted to honor you for producing such an awesome classmate. Denis was not, how do I say this? He was not just confined to a one class, because he was everywhere. He was so far in many, many classes that you really couldn't quite tell what class he belonged to. It's supposed to be every 5 years, no? But that was the every year, every time. And as I was reminded just this week, Denis would always go. Wherever it was happening, didn't matter how far, didn't matter how long, he'd play all the way through, no repeats, into the Christmas phase of the music, and he would just keep going. Fall asleep on the chord, on the fretboard, keep going. I was playing a gig with him one night at 50 Lounge. Brother was probably in REM already, but he was still going. Because Alika's melodic voice just put him to sleep. But that was deep. So what we should get from that is endurance, capacity, tenure, experience, all of those things combined into a man that just kept giving love. So in the interest of time, we're going to make some adjustments. You know, there's a roadmap that Denis had, and you've heard a little bit about that. But I want to put an emphasis on a student, on the student he was, and how things are learned. So we can probably count on just a few fingers what Denis's learning capacity was. Taught in hula by Robert Casimiro, and taught on the guitar by Roland Casimiro. Following Roland became really the piece that he shares with us. Following Robert really demonstrates the love and capacity that he has to keep going. And so for his brothers in here in Kumu, thank you. I love all of you. So on the musical side, this is D. D would always look, nod, and we would go. So you had to be ready to go with Denis. And so many times, being unprepared, just relying on that confidence, was things that he learned from his school. So I think that's the message today. Whatever we take out of this, the learning of this, to keep going, stretch the capacities, reach for each other. And so in that spirit, I reached for a few of Denis's friends, those who have been an influence in his life, and others that couldn't make it today. But you can see there's a lot of stringmen around here. There's a lot of guitar players here. So in his honor, we're going to do this one number. And let me tell you about this. The song is, the melody is called Songbird. It's an old tune. Some of you may have heard it before. But just at a moment's notice, just as Dee would go, and all of these men have gone before, these men have gone before, when they get the call, they just come and play. So you probably get one cut at it, probably get one take at it, but it's good to phone the friend, and it's good to get the capacity out. So I don't know if this was done before in this particular area, but we're going to ask all of our guitar players to spread out across this room so we can envelop Dennis and we can understand what it means to feel his love. Desiree Cruz will do this for us. You guys, just take the sides, the back, the aisles, wherever you need to be. It's going to be an acoustic effort in here. Just fan out so we can take this whole area. The first individual I want to introduce is a brother from another mother. He's Ambrose Selecia and played locally. So Ambrose is a really wonderful man. He came to the house last night. We cued him into this song, Does Arrive Today, with your beautiful voice. We really can't keep this off. Yeah. And we really can't kick this off without D himself. So to represent D, we've asked Harris to jump on the 12.